Alright, hello, happy Saturday, welcome to hell, at least it feels like hell. It is 88.5 degrees inside my house. Hello, Olkesh, Shitsu on you, and No Pulse. This is Mothman 1966, available now on the Xbox Store for $8.99. Let's play a game. This is out of my normal, what I stream. This is more a visual novel, I believe. But we'll play. TCM? What's TCM? Oh, the company man. I do have some new stuff installing. Ooh, destroy all humans. Alright, let's check out the achievements. There are 15 achievements for the 1000 gamer score. Did anything start with a G? Because I think I'm on G for the PA thing. Doesn't look like it. What? Watch to the end. Watch the credits until the end. Okay. It doesn't look like I could watch the credits early. New game. Three red and 5 black in the discard pile. Oh, they must be playing a game. Of the 6 cards face up on the counter, 2 are red and 4 are black. 5 red in all, and 9 black. You have no more moves, so you have to bet now. Black card. A large majority of the face-up cards are black. And you know that betting against a streak is usually dangerous. Even though you are already chosen, you decide to stay away from the counter. You can't bear losing again. Hello, Mr. Coolness. Welcome to Mothmen 1966. Our date, 2022. You think just in time for another boring game? Wow. Somebody put their blood, sweat, and tears into this game, Havor. It may be boring to you, but it's still a game. Somebody's artwork. You think of your grandma, Elise, trying to win at solitaire for over 60 years. Hello, Dino. Welcome to Mothmen. You take a deep breath and keep sweeping. Just keep sweeping. She's been paralyzed from the waist down since she was 21. Your mom was only 2 months old. That sucks. I do have some cold coffee to drink. Actually, it is lukewarm. What the hell? That's been in the refrigerator for hours. The winter Elise taught you to play solitaire. Your parents and sister had been dead for almost a year. And you've already forgotten their faces. That's weird. Although you cook for her, do her laundry, bathe and even dress her, still feels like she's the one taking care of you. You close your eyes and almost feel Elise stroking your hair. You're 11 years old again, kneeling next to her bed, crying your heart out. Suddenly, the bell rings, and you feel an invisible force trying to drag you into the present. Those what kids? The first brat is followed by 2 more. They stop on the hose to activate the bell for a second and a third time. You don't know what comes over you, but you yell some things at them and you're too ashamed to remember. You justify yourself thinking that they might be the ones who got into your garage that night. Ooh. Moth is not the key word. 1966 is not the key word. And stole some parts of the replica machine gun you're building. Mets World Series champions is not going to happen. You won't let anyone mess with your project. The Winnis Steam machine gun is the jewel of your collection. If Mets win, I quit streaming. Dude, that's brutal. No fraffle yet, boo. The kids yell at you, old freak, and laugh, sheltered by the distance. Deep down, you know that it can't be them. How would they know which part of the machine we're stealing? Anyway, that guard dog's being brought over in a few days, and you'll be able to stop worrying. We'll go back in. You try to calm down. You look at the shelves and think of the solitaire your grandma taught you. Your grandma always said that everyone has their place in the world, and that people keep dancing around without ever reaching it. To win this solitaire, you have to stop dancing. You know that the chances of winning are incredibly low, almost zero. You can't bring yourself to turn over the next card and decide to start sorting the shelves instead. Doing simple jobs builds up your self-confidence and provides you a small illusion of control. There is no control in this world. Grab something from the upper shelf. Bottle. Yes, please. Place something. Okay, let's put all the cans down there. Put the box up there. We're just gonna make this nice. Middle shelf. Box. Upper shelf. Empty. Middle shelf. Can. Lower shelf. Bottle. We made it look nice. ... Good. Ah, that was an achievement. Illusion of control. Sort the shelves. I didn't even know how to do that. I like that. One type of product on each shelf. ... You scratch your head. This time, sorting the shelves doesn't help. You feel the same urgency as before. You can't think of anything else. Is the card going to be black? You need it to be black. Suddenly, the air seems heavy, and you find it a bit difficult to breathe. 3 men in black are staring at you. Through the window, you see a black Cadillac. Cadillac! By the pump. MIB. Yes? You wish you'd asked them how they got into the station without you hearing the door open, or how they left the car without the bell ringing. But that trembling yes was the only thing you managed to utter. The moose. The moose? After a few seconds of not receiving any responses, you decide to break the silence. Yes, that is a new game that just released on the Xbox Store. It is a free game. Quick, easy, 1000 gamer score. It is also ID at Xbox. I have not played it yet. What's up with the moose? You bought a woman a whiskey. Okay. You don't know if it's the right move, but you try to relax and be more friendly. You know of a more effective way to socialize? There's also a new kart racer that just released. Again, ID, again, free, not as quick as the NASA game. You told her the dream about your grandma. A chill runs through your body. It's been a few weeks since that night. And even though you had a good time with Martha and have no regrets, something about the way these men in black ask their questions makes you uneasy. What do you want to know? Granny in the forest. What are these questions? One of the men, further back, lets out a cracking noise. You look at him, believing he's laughing. The man in black's expression doesn't change. What do you want to know? It's like they're waiting for another response. My grandma has been bedridden for over 60 years, but the dream I saw her running through the woods. Start from the beginning, and don't omit any details. You don't know if it's the way they look at you or because of a certain authority in their voice, but you tell them everything about the dream. 5 or 6 weeks ago, you woke up in the middle of the night, certain that something had happened to your grandma. You ran up to her room, and Elise wasn't in bed. The window was wide open. You ran to it and saw someone walking through the trees. It was her, and she was holding a rifle, the kind of your ancestors would have carried in the Civil War. Interesting. You tried to call out to her. Your grandma started running and shot 2 or 3 times into the blackness of the forest. You were about to go down to find her when a winged figure with glowing red eyes appeared in front of the window and screamed, "Ah!" I would scream. You stumbled backwards, and after hitting your head on the bedpost, you lost consciousness. You woke up in your bed and remembered the dream almost instantly. Hello, Vlad. Welcome to hell. Mothman, 1966. You went up the stairs, 2 at a time, opened the door to her room. Your grandmother slept peacefully on the bedside. On the bedside table was a glass of milk. You bring her every night, and the deck of cards she used to play solitaire. Hello, hero. I bet you it's hotter where you are. Frickin' 92 here still. During the days that followed, you tried to convince yourself that it had been a dream. Cat, it is too hot for you to be on my lap.
SMS
105.
received.
You are welcome, Vlad, and you are welcome, Mubot. Yeah, it's 92 here. Last I saw it was 88.5 in the house. 106, No Pulse has me beat and Hero beat. But he's also in Arizona. Hello, Sir Khalid. Welcome to Mothman, 1966. Even though you couldn't explain where the title or the little stitches at the base of your skull had come from, after a few seconds, one of the men in black speaks up again. The spots on her legs predate her birth, Holt. What? What is he talking about? What is he referring to? The dozens of moles on your grandma's legs? And what do they mean by saying those spots predate her birth? Elise always makes the same joke when you plunge her calves. Be thankful that you have to clean my legs and not my grandfather's. This is getting weird. According to what she told you, her granddad had been shot dead by an experimental weapon early in the Civil War, when his legs were ripped to shreds. The YN steam gun, son, a machine gun that doesn't appear in any book. You think about the replica you are putting together in the workshop, and you wonder if it was the men in black who had stole those pieces. You're not telling anyone else about this visit, Holt. You start to complain when one of the men in black picks up a card from the counter, the top card of the deck. The crunch horrifies you. The teeth of the men in black seem to tear more than simply paper. Why'd he bite my card? Desperate, you throw yourself under the counter and look for the card. Your heart is pounding. You look out the window, and you don't see the Cadillac. Cadillac! You walk to where the car was parked a few moments ago. You step on the hose, and the bell rings. What the fuck? Jack of diamonds. Motherfucker, it's red. You think about the edge of one of the men in black tore off, and you remember the noise he made when he chewed it. Who cares what the card sounded like when it was chewed? Was it a threat? A warning? You wonder if you should tell your grandma everything that happened, or just keep your mouth shut. Keep it shut. And keep playing solitaire with a marked card. You need a new deck of cards now, man. Chapter 1. What's wrong? I told you, it's nothing. At Diane pause again. There's something she's not saying. The Mustang purrs as you shake your head, feeling sad inside. The sound of an engine hides no secrets. Lee, you're right. You bite your lip and sigh. Why is everything so damn hard? Victoria settles into her seat. Let's start over, okay? Where are we going? It's a surprise. Please. No, Vic. Have some patience. You'll never forget this night. Victoria giggles, and you think it's the best gift in the world. For a moment, you forget all the previous discussions, your obsessions. A giggle, a friendly gesture. Making someone feel good ain't rocket science. You look at the clock, and you can't believe your eyes. You left your house on time, but you're pretty late. How could? You step on the gas. Vroom. Lee! Lee! You scratch the side of your head. Wow. You really hate being told how to drive. Why doesn't she just tell you to slow down? You take your foot off the gas. Thanks. You're trying your best. You really think Victoria could be the one. The one. Your dad once said, the perfect woman doesn't exist. Couples form when people get tired of looking and just give up. You remember your mother's rants. All those women's names she rattled off as if they were part of an endless grocery list. You won't end up like him. Anything but that. You try to smile and force yourself to be more cheerful. You want a clue? Yes! Victoria looks you into your eyes, and you feel a warmth on your face that takes you by surprise. You felt the same thing the first time you saw her in college. You keep looking at her for a few seconds. That seemed like forever. What? Do I have a booger? Where? You can't help laughing out loud and have a hard time containing the urge to kiss her. Dude, you're driving. It happened 100 years ago. Victoria answers almost immediately. After all, you're both majoring in history. The end of the Civil War! No, not 1865. I mean, exactly 100 years ago, Vic. Oh, let me think then. You're running out of time. There was a cholera outbreak in 1866, right? Old. How twisted do you think I am to set up a date themed around a cholera outbreak from a century ago? I'm to hit 500,000. Nice. What am I at? I'm at 690. I should hit 700 this month. One would be a source of superstition, but we're talking thousands. Source of superstition? A man with 1.2 shows up. Hello, Jordan. You salute VD with a horn. Jordan, you are not in the lead. Havor's Havor's ahead of Jordan. A black cat? Victoria looks at you expectantly, desperate to be right. Freezing cold. Comes from far away. Victoria makes a gesture for you to complete the sentence. You just shrug. Comes from far away. I mean, that could be anything. Yes then. The circus? No, Vic. Just give me a minute. You won't guess it unless... You reach to open the glove box, and Victoria grabs your wrist. Better leave it to me. Victoria opens the glove box and examines its contents. A folder, a box, a flashlight. What are you looking for exactly? Victoria takes out the box and opens it. Let's see what you've been hiding. You think about saying something, but you just instantly regret it and keep your mouth shut. Spare change, a lighter, a pack of cigarettes? Nothing to worry about, I reckon. Keep looking, please. Look in the folder. Some papers, insurance details. You want me to read some of this? $1.26. The man with $1 and a quarter and a penny. You shake your head. Huh, a book. 1966 Shelby Mustang. The car handbook? No, not that. What else? I already got everything out. One second. There's this too. Victoria stretches out her hand, and you finally grab the map. It was folded against the bottom of the glove box. You're gonna jump a few spots, gonna do reactors update. Nice. I think I've already done that. I need to look. I got almost 1,000 this morning. Nighttime scared. Uh-oh. Why you scared nighttime? You start talking and Victoria interrupts you. Hold that thought while I put everything back. Scary ducks. Put the map on the dashboard while Victoria puts away the folder, the box, and the flashlight. Vic, you know I like it tidy in there. Huh, very funny. Vic flicks through the book she found. Red Badge of Courage? Haven't you read this book 1,000 times? You know she's testing you. Vic knows exactly why you carry it everywhere. A novel that portrays the era you're obsessed with like no other. Giggity, giggity, giggity. What the hell is this? Suddenly, you remember you're using the pencil sketch that Victoria drew of you in one of your classes as a bookmark. A sketch she begged you, with tears in her eyes, to destroy. And you swore you had already had. Oops. I'm sorry. I swear. Watch out! You swerve to avoid a shape in the road. Victoria looks back. Lee! We almost ran that thing over. See, nighttime, don't be afraid. All hail the Mothmen. You put your hand on Vic's shoulder, trying to reassure her. Victoria points ahead. Just keep your eyes on the road, please. She's doing it again, telling you how to drive. At least this time, she came out right out with it, instead of just saying, Lee, disapprovingly. You try to control yourself, but it's hard. It's not just the last thing, the buildup of all the small gestures. You take the map and throw it on her lap. Victoria raises her arms in disbelief. The Leonoids? Victoria, we're gonna have dinner watching the Leonoids? Leonids? Victoria says nothing. Moth is not the key word, Havor. Forgive me, I'm trying to arrange the perfect date. You try to keep silent, but you can't hold it in. A meteor shower. Phenomenon, phenomenon associated with the passage of the Temple Tuttle Comet every 33 years. Dopey is not the key word. Run is not the key word. Why are you trying to guess the key word so bad? And there is no hashtag in my giveaways. Victoria keeps staring ahead. In 1866, there was one of the most spectacular meteor showers ever recorded. I saw some lithographs in the library. You need this? Victoria doesn't even move. Everyone makes a wish on a shooting star. Imagine how many wishes you can make with the thousands of stars shooting through the sky. Nice, Jordan, nice. Let's see where that leaderboard is now. Jordan has passed Havor and K4 just like that. You're number 6 on my list. Yes, you could. Jordan is going for Cully. Victoria settles in her seat. You know what, Lee? Shut up. You've never heard that tone before from her. Just keep quiet until we reach. She pauses as she examines the map you threw on her lap. Help? From a place? Holt Station? You feel your heart pounding. I think it was from terminals. Your hands are shaking. That's what she wants. For you to keep quiet. For you not to say a goddamn word. Your hands grip the wheel tight. In all the preparations you made for tonight. Your friend, Freddie, had worked out the ideal place to see them all in their splendor, away from the city lights. When you noticed Holt Station was inside the area, you didn't hesitate. But now, Vic had ruined it. Ooh. What the fuck? It's pretty interesting. I mean, I'm not one on the visual novels, so it's different for me, but it's a weird story. Way to go, Vic. Something hits the Mustang's antenna. I don't like those antennas anyway. What the hell is that? Stop, Lee, stop! You slam on the brakes. Instinctively, you put your hand in front of Victoria to keep her from hitting the windshield. You get out of the car and fight a dead bat in front of the headlights. Was it Batman? The animal had hit the antenna and somehow got entangled. You can't believe it. What are the odds of something like this happening? Don't bats have some advanced echolocation system like a submarine sonar? What starts as a simple grunt in your throat emerges as a hopeless scream. Helpless scream. Oh! This is what I get for trying to do something different. We should have gone to the movies. Vic's whispering. It doesn't take long to see why. Over there. The coyote is watching you from where the dark of the forest meets the light of the moon. Vic, we got this. It's not interested in us. You point to the dead bat. They're scavengers. You hear a growl that quickly multiplies. Dude, get in the freaking car! You're suddenly surrounded. It's not the first time you face coyotes in the woods, but you aren't taking any chances. Throw the frickin' dead bat into the bushes, get in the car, and run. When I say run to the cars, when I say run to the car as fast as you can. Try to recall all the advice you've heard for situations like these. Make lots of noise, wave your arms around. One of the coyotes in front of you approaches. Yell at one of the coyotes. Oh! Another coyote advances. You look into its watery, bloodshot eyes. This would be right. Run to the car, now! Oh, jeez, I guess one of the coyotes closest to you leaps forward with a savage bite. Encouraged by your scream, the rest of the coyotes soon join the feast. I guess you could die. That's funny. Yell and gesture. Arizona Coyotes #1. That would be left. Oh, jeez. Shit! 3 coyotes advance at once. Yelling or waving your arms around won't be enough this time. Bang on the hood. The trick seems to work, and all the coyotes back down. No coyote advance this time. It's your chance to go on the offense. Throw a stone. The stone flies to the left of the coyote, making the one closest to it also retreat. Oh, he retreats. Nice. Throw a stone. One less coyote to worry about. Hello, BX. Welcome to Mothmen 1966. Throw a stone. Coyote retreats and you feel more and more confident. Run to the car. Now. You get in the car and close the door, and Victoria starts laughing. Although you know the reactions is more adrenaline than anything else, you start laughing too, and then kiss her. Good job! Welcome to the club. Start up the car, and the V8 roars into life. You resume the trip. After a few wordless minutes, you suddenly remember something. Holt, Vic. We're going to Holt's gas station. Victoria starts whistling. The doubts, the fears, everything seems a bit ridiculous now. You think about the plans you made for tonight and smile. You really like her. You really like to hear her whistle. You were trying to stream it, but it wouldn't let you. Chapter 2. Mighty Goose wasn't allowed to be streamed. Interesting. Lee turns off the car and looks you in the eyes. Okay, so now we're Victoria. He smiles. That smile seriously pisses you off. Why would his smile get her mad? Before you can open your mouth, Lee taps you on the leg. Wait here, Vic. I swear you won't believe it. You bite your lip and take a deep breath. You see him greet someone. Me gusta. Nice. You see him greet someone. Holt? Lee had written Holt Station on the map he'd thrown on your lap 20 minutes ago. He'd written it by hand, and his mind might have said Hort Station or Holt Station. Hell Station, even. Lee's handwriting has always been intriguing to you. Remember that time you mentioned it to him, and he responded with a disproportionate anger. A nonsensical rant which involves several philosophers of language. What the hell's with all these big words all of a sudden? And all because you told him his handwriting was dreadful. But you now know where those reactions come from. That night, you two got drunk by the lake. Lee told you that his father would have wanted to be born ugly. After the initial surprise, you couldn't stifle a belly laugh, and Lee looked down. For a few minutes, he didn't want to tell you anything else. Hola, Xbot Series BX. You finally convinced him to continue. I always got what I wanted just by smiling. Ugly people have to develop other muscles. Unfortunately, those other muscles are the ones that last. Boo. You couldn't believe those words had come out of the mouth of a flesh and blood human being. Maybe some poorly written character from a cheap romantic novel, but Lee's father? You picture Lee that night, throwing pebbles from the shore while telling you everything about his father's teachings. All that frustration. Was that the night you got pregnant? Whoa. You've both been drinking. Suddenly, you find it difficult to breathe. The interior of the car is getting smaller and smaller. You need some air. Hi! Holt, right? Holt seems startled. Hello. This is Victoria, my girlfriend. Be right back, Vic. You see them walk away with a box they took out of the trunk. And from the effort Holt's putting in, it seems heavy. What's inside the box? You're not stupid. You know that Lee has some business on the side beyond his work as an intern at the university. You heard some rumors, and you have your suspicions. However, you never did too much digging. Preferred to keep it a mystery, something to make Lee a little more interesting. You light a cigarette. Would Lee be a good father? And the question that you still haven't had the courage to ask. Would you be a good mother? Jeez! The clicks repeat at irregular intervals. Small moths approaching the light get electrocuted. That's not a bug zapper. Is that love, Victoria? You laugh and shake your head from side to side. You think of all the manuscripts you've torn up. You've tried poetry, drawing. History seemed like an obvious choice. You don't need any talent to be a historian. Here come the men in black again. Hello? The man talks to himself while holding something in his hand. Have you seen any winged creatures flying over the area yet? For a moment, you think he's asking some kind of tricky question, and you remain silent. However, something about him tells you that he's genuinely asking. You look at the man behind the shine of the streetlight, and the scene fascinates you. Surreal. Some of your old friends would have said the ones that organize poetry nights and read Latremont. Excuse me. You are? Oh, yes, sorry. Hi. Lou Hill. Writer. Investigator. Victoria Greenberry. History student. Winged creatures, Mr. Hill? Lou, please. Can I call you Victoria? You nod. I'm looking into about a dozen reports. Numerous witness claims to have seen human-sized winged creatures flying over the area. Angels? Lou smiles, but the smile doesn't last long on his face. Look there, at the top of the trees. It wouldn't take you long to find one. You aim at the area Lou just told you. Everything's blurry, so you decide to adjust the binoculars. You move the diopter to the left and notice the change in your left eye. How can I get these in focus? What's on your list? I mean, I keep a list and I arrange them by date. So I am doing Oddworld on Monday. Your list is done, ace. But these are all my promo games. This will be Ambassadors eventually. Ambassadors. Ambassadors. There's one more that for Ambassadors. Oh, the Company Man. Where's the company? The Company Man. I slack? I don't slack. I play. I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. You cannot rotate further to the left to adjust the focus. If you can't focus, try adjusting the diopter first. It's adjusted to compensate for some issues with my left eye. But you're young. Try to adjust it to see the same with both eyes and then focus. Alright, that's the same. Back. What the... The Company Man looks fun. I do have a giveaway copy for it on AMS already. It was just a second, but you think you saw something up there. Was it a suggestion? I don't think they're angels, Victoria. But before I tell you my theory, I need your help. Could you draw on this notebook what you just saw? Sure. At any other time, you'd refuse with some witty comment. There's something about Lou Hill that invites you to play along. You wonder if the fact that he presented himself as a writer had something to do with it. Draw the head. Oh, we'll do a little owl head. Draw the body. Chicken wings. Draw the legs. Before giving it back, you write some notes to further describing what you saw. Lou hadn't asked for them, but somehow they make you feel less anxious. You never felt confident about your work. Lou looks at the notebook for a few seconds. That feels too long. You think about the time you showed your sketches to your art teacher and how he embarrassed you in front of the rest of the class. Mother... The wolf part is the worst gameplay you've ever seen? Interesting. Oh, finally the Yankee game is on. What? Why did I just get an Xbox notification? When am I converting to DKP? When the Mets win the World Series. Sorry. I was talking to myself. You can't help but blush. Victoria. For once, you're glad to hear Lee's voice. Why would she be happy to hear her boyfriend's voice? Absolutely not. All good? Although he seemed to be talking to you, Lee keeps staring at Lou. Lou Hill. Writer. Investigator. Lou holds out his hand. Lee Miller, historian. Lee walks over and puts his arms around you, his back to Lou. You know he must have been annoyed that Lou introduced himself as a writer. Although, it's hard for you to admit it, you like to be hugged. You feel safe. You think you would also feel safe in your grandmother's arms, or in the arms of any of the other strong women in your family. But the heat of Lou's body, the hardness of his muscles, ooh, a bit in your pants. Remember all those biologicist arguments you hate so much, and you can't help but smile. It's like you're cheating when nobody's looking. What? Come on, Vic. Let's see the surprise. Close your eyes. You close your eyes, and you let Lee guide you. Now open them up. Dot, dot, dot. So, what do you think? A romantic dinner for two under the same meteor shower that amazed our ancestors. You instinctively put your hand on your belly, and when you realize it, you quickly put it in your pocket. He doesn't know she's pregnant. You look at the dog tied to the post. Dog growls into the dark. Next chapter, you play the dog? You've known Lou Hill for a few months now. The first time you talked to him was at the Moose. Lou was looking for information about some unusual lights in the sky. Havor is going to be playing The Ascent next. I don't think you've updated your channel. What are you going to stream next, Havor? Nobody would talk to him. Before going to the restroom, he went over to his table and suggested he buys people a drink first. When you got back, Lou was already talking to Rick and Stella, their tongues significantly loosened. You ran out of games. Nice. Lou raises his glass in your direction and smiled. Although it wasn't you who gave him the nickname, you still feel a little guilty. Since that night, most locals refer to him as Lou Refill Hill. What do you recall about the encounter with these men in black? You smile. What does he mean? It had only been a week. Hey, temperatures dropped to 90. Think about how to answer. You know Lou, he loves asking questions. So you're going to tell him one thing, and only. No follow-up questions. We need to play a co-op game. I do not disagree. We need to find a time to do it. Tell him about your grandma's legs. The men in black seemed interested in my grandma's legs. That's funny. Lou raises his eyebrows. One of them told me that the spots on Elise's legs predate her birth. Tuesday I'm running. I'm not going to be able to have a Tuesday stream probably until after November. And now that I think about it, I think he knew my name too. Sent co-op. It's not difficult considering the big sign outside, right? How about Alien Fireteam Elite? Maybe. You change the subject. You know, if you're gonna give him a chance, he'll keep asking questions all night. Red or black? What? The card. Red. You turn over the card. It's red. Good. It's the solitaire my grandma taught me. No one can ever win it. Lou suddenly seemed interested. How do you play? Rules are simple. But winning? There's a reason why it's called the impossible solitaire. Let me show you. Looks normal to me. The objective is to move every card from the board to the discard pile. You can move any card whose rank is one higher or one lower than the topmost card on the discard pile. So let's say there's a 5 in the pile. You can either place a 4 or 6 on top of it. And remember that if there's a K on the discard pile, you can place an A. A comes after K, and the opposite is also true. So, 28 cards to move seems easy enough, right? Select a card. We got Queen, left, 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 left. Select a card. 10. Nine. Eight. Select a card. 7. 6. 5. Select a card. 6. We don't have any more moves. Turn over a card. When you're stuck, you can turn over a card from the stock. But turn it over, you need to make a bet first. Black or red, which one's it going to be? Lose the bet, and you lose the game. The son of a bee is almost unwinnable. Bet on black. Jack, so we can go select a card. 10. Select a card. 9. Select a card. 10. No more moves. Woo! Alright, we got Queen. King. They do. Queen. Woo! Alright, 2. We got no moves. 9. No moves. Oh! For fuck's sake! Hello, good night. Do you have to win this solitaire for an achievement? It looks like you do. New game. Oh, I didn't make the creatures right drawing. Got another achievement just for that. I don't think... You could play from the main? Okay. Leave the game. You hear barking from the back of the station. Right? When they brought him in, they told me his name was Chase. Okay, it's Trent for me. You know Trent, right? From the Moose? Tall, prominent belly, and a scar parallel to the growth of his beard. You laugh, heartily. Blue Hill might be a bit of a pain in the ass, but no one could deny that he was good with descriptions. You think about the books he's given you. He signed it and everything. Where did you leave it? I call him Trent because he barks like Trent on open mic Tuesdays. Come on, let's go to the garage and see this machine gun. Just kidding, have fun playing the game over. Wow. Hey, we're Victoria again. Well, there's fast forward, so this is his idea of a special date? Looking at shooting stars while holding your hand? Telling you his plans for the end of the semester? You can't stop thinking about the raw strength of the hug from a minute ago. Or how he scared the coyotes away by yelling and throwing stones at them. You think about your friend, May. All those dark fantasies she told you about. But holding hands like this, smiling and talking and looking into each other's eyes, feels like giving up, doesn't it? You know, you're to blame too. Aren't you playing the perfect girlfriend role? Don't you make eyes at him? Don't you say love whenever you call him? So is this it, Victoria? Is this what you want for the rest of your life? Why don't you go make up your mind just for once? You think of May again. Those women she claimed to know who could solve your situation using a coat hang. Whoa! That took a turn. You wouldn't be the first or the last. The dog barks like a maniac, and you appreciate the distraction. A mixture of guilt, anguish, and apathy takes over you. Don't use a hanger, see a professional. And now what? Why is he looking at you like that? Why doesn't he say anything? Has he asked you a question? Maybe? Maybe? The doors, Victoria. Can you tell me that maybe you're excited? You just smile. Smiling sometimes works. Freddie told me they're about to release their first album, and it seems they'll be playing in New York. I guess in 66 you may not have had more choices, but still. And it does work. Lee keeps talking like nothing happened. Conversations in real life are nothing like those from the books. Real-life conversations are full of contradictions, twists, and turns, repeated ideas. Are we going to see them live again, then? Woo! Even though you try, you gradually stop listening to him. Hesitancy returns, and all those questions. And the fucking dog won't stop barking. What had been a distraction is now driving you crazy. What the hell is wrong with him? Shooting fucking stars. Why don't you make a wish, Victoria? How about going home, covering your head with a pillow, and sleeping for 18 hours straight? You feel like crying, and try to calm down. Those eyes. A creature you thought you saw on the treetops with Lou's binoculars. Had it been real? Not just your imagination? Vic! You know what? I'm tired of it already. Exhausted. I've been trying for more than 10 minutes. Can you tell me what's wrong with you? You stay silent. You need to think. But Lee's right. It's not fair to either of you. With so much noise, it's impossible for you to concentrate. You know, they're all excuses, though. Winged monsters don't exist. It's just your brain desperately trying not to focus on what's important. A sudden scream chills your blood. I can use my blood chilled. And silence takes over everything. Dun dun dun. Chapter 5. How many chapters are in this? Cryptic waves? Die all possible deaths. Ooh. Have you met Lee? Tall guy with the blonde girl. He made a zero graphic copies of some docs I use. Xerox. Come on. To assemble this beauty. Where did he get the docs from? You bite your lower lip. Do all writers ask so many questions? Lee works at the university in the history department. Lou adjusts his glasses. You don't know why, but the gesture irritates you. The Winans doesn't work like a normal machine gun. Normal machine guns use gunpowder to fire projectiles. Do you know what the Winans uses? Centrifugal force. Interesting. Lou repeats the gesture with the glasses. Today, Lee brought me some ketchum grenades. Do you know about ketchum grenades? Lou shakes his head and readjusts his glasses for the third time in less than 5 minutes. You take a deep breath. Although you can't stand Blue Refill Hill's tick, you enjoy talking about your collection of Civil War weapons. Ketchums are similar to footballs in shape. They have to land on their nose to explode. They were highly inefficient in Port Hudson, for example. The Confederates used sheets to catch them without exploding, and then threw them back at the Union soldiers. Who was about to say something when you hear a scream that makes your blood run cold? Hello, Calcu. Welcome to Hotness. You grab the shotgun without thinking twice. It's coming from the back. Come on. You don't have a good feeling. Something's not right. Trent, no! Although it feels like a dream, somehow you know. The creature is real. Your dog's suffering is real. And there'll be no waking up from this. Let's run. You hear the muffled moans of your dog. The furry blinds you. Oh. Wrong furry definition in my head. You drop the shotgun and grab onto the chain. Son of a... It's gonna strangle Trent. Pull the chain. You pull with all your strength. For a moment, you think you're getting somewhere, but you feel the pull. And the floor disappears under your feet. Although you manage to hold on for a few minutes, you finally let go and fall to the thick of the forest. I needed to die, so that's what I was going for. Tree branches penetrate your body, and you die before reaching the ground. Retry. Release the chain. Halt! You know you shouldn't hit the floor soon. Don't move! Sounds kinky. Listen to Vic, Holt. Her sister's a nurse. No bones seem to be broken. My dog. Victoria and Lee help you to your feet. Lou doesn't take his eyes off the winged creature for a single second. You let go. You just let go. What? 1 second. I know where your dog is, Holt. Wait a minute. Got something in the car. Let's go. A gift from Freddy. Cool, right? You try to get up, but you feel dizzy and stumble. Victoria gives Lee a disapproving look and helps you keep your balance. Follow me. Thanks. You would have liked to smile at her. After all, Victoria just wants to help. But I can do it myself. You get your rifle and walk with the rest into the blackness of the forest. We should go in. That direction. No! I think we should go that way. Lee! Now what? The place where Trent fell. I've calculated by projecting the point to where the creature dropped it on this map. You've calculated, you say. Weren't you a writer? Lou, don't mind him. Do what you want. Constantly checking the map, Lou leads the group on. We should be close. There. Your heart is pounding. Please. Compress his chest. Use both hands, like that. How curious. Did you know that the cardiopulmonary restrictions procedure was discovered by Dr. Knickerbocker while he was trying to save a dog? As he speaks, Lou carefully examines the tops of the trees. It was at Johns Hopkins University. Victoria rests her hand on yours and moves her head from side to side. You stop pressing, and a few tears roll down your cheek. The interesting thing is what happened to the dog afterwards. Lou... Shut up. Shut up or I'll shoot you right in the face. Why did you run when it had Trent by the neck? Why didn't you try to blow its brains out? Deep down, you know that's just the guilt talking. And that maybe there's nothing you could have done differently to save him. I'll close the giveaway in 5 minutes. The keyword is hot today. Lee. Have you seen Lee? You stand up and you look around. But he's gone. Dun dun dun. Chapter 6. Lee. Walk faster to keep your thoughts at bay. What the hell is wrong with her? Why does she even listen to him? Ryder, says the... What a loser. You walk through the woods, confident that you will be the one to find Holt's dog. What? Then, Vic, what weird little face will you make? Nice, Jordan, nice. Hello? You feel like someone is watching you. You're walking through a dense forest area where the darkness is almost total. You walk even faster than before. Finally, you reach a clearing and look in the sky. A meteor shower is gaining intensity. Your heart is in anguish, and you find it hard to breathe. You're watching the Leonids. Victoria, are you? You hold your head on your hand. Wait, was there something about cry? Cry your heart out. Cry. The last time you cried like this, you were 16. You'd come home early and found it hitting your mother. You tried to separate them, and your father took it out on your ribs. some of the stories in this. His blows were like the rain of a sledgehammer, and his breath reeked of alcohol. He pushed you against the wall, and you ended up on the floor. Your mom was clutching her head with your dad. Took a deep breath and kicked you in the stomach. Won't hit you in the face because it's the only thing you got going for you. Wow. And one day, you won't have it anymore. You carry your father's photo in your wallet, not to remember how good he looked. Hell no. Whenever the pain was too much, you'd scratch his entire face until his features blended with the cuts in the paper. What the... You seem to hear something. Kind of a rumor. You think of the noise hands make when they shake the dust off an old volume. River? You try to think about the map you've got in the car. You can't remember seeing a river here. Further west, sure, but here? As you get closer, you hear it more clearly. You feel a kind of a calm. Not peace, but numbness. Suddenly, the whitest light you've ever seen floods the ground. Even when there's no river nearby, the sound is deafening. You feel the light pulse with painful intensity, as if millions and millions of red ants were sinking their little jaws into your skin. Pain turns into light. You want to scream, but you have no mouth. Nor larynx or lungs. And the white that precedes everything consumes you. You don't know how long it takes. You feel the urgency of what is yet to be, and what makes you desperate. You feel the white light leaving your body, and you hear your own voice screaming at the top of your lungs. You drop to the floor and cover your head with both hands. No pulse, I will send that to you on the Discord. You're filled with a sense of completeness that you cannot explain. We all need a little darkness. The sun needs to go away. Chapter 7, Victoria. Lee! Where's that idiot? Calm down, Victoria. Lee knows how to take care of himself. Holt's right. He's gonna show up eventually. Did you know that he chased away a pack of coyotes with screams and stones and a blow on the hood of his car? Thank you, good night. Lou smiles. You wonder if it's authentic or calculated gesture to show some empathy. Holt! What? What's your business with Lee? Holt looks at you for a few seconds before answering. You think of one of the computers at the campus. IBM 7040. You know what it's called because you once wrote a poem with that title. Holt is like that computer. From the outside, it's impossible to tell what it's evaluating before giving you an answer. Or is it another curse? I don't think it's a curse. You ask him directly when we find him. Wonder if you could have done something differently, anew. Input, that's the term they usually use in the computer department. A word you've struggled to rhyme when you wrote that poem. You hear a twig snapping. Who's there? Grandma? Granny came out with a vengeance. The sight of Holt's grandmother holding an old rifle memorizes you. mesmerizes you. The whole thing looks like an image from some Wilf painting. Gilf? Oof. I'm shocked Havor isn't streaming yet. A wet dream for almost any of your classmates. Well, Jordan was right on with Gilf right there. An image that is not only defies gender stereotypes, but also demolishes social constructs like that of grandma in classic stories. The expression on Holt's grandmother's face changes, her features soften. My legs! Grandma! Holt picks up his grandma and helps her sit against a tree trunk. Yes, I take. He looks at his dog's corpse and beckons you to come closer. I need to bury Trent before carrying on. You nod your head. How do you feel, ma'am? Confused. Here, Victoria. You didn't hear him approach. You grabbed the handkerchief without thinking twice. A strange feeling runs through your body. Shouldn't you have at least considered some other option? Clean up her legs. You rub the handkerchief against her calves and gradually remove the mud stains. Scrub harder. I was probably your age when I stopped feeling my legs. Holt's grandmother sighs and closed her eyes. Have you ever seen so many moles together? That's not mud. Lou speaks, almost in whispers. You wonder why. Let's go. Lou picks up the old rifle and examines it briefly. Holt looks at you with an expression you can't quite make out. Are you okay? No, you're not okay. But what are you going to tell him? That you're pregnant? That your boyfriend is missing? That winged creatures out of old pulp magazines are apparently more than just fiction? You walk for a while, in silence. Try to think of something else, Victoria. A few moments ago, you started hearing the screams, noticing sudden movements in the treetops. We're almost there. Woo! You find it hard to believe what you're seeing. Why are all these creatures flying over the gas station? Interesting. Holt punches Lou in the shoulder. What? Interesting. Did you find it interesting what they did to Trent? We're not the one in the cheap books, Lou. Sudden silence. He follows the group. Listen. No. You just cover me. You close your fist tightly, trying to exercise the impotence you feel. Was it that hard for him to hear what you had to say? Shake your head from side to side. What's even the plan? Running with his grandma in his arms? Why does he have to be the hero? The Shrek chills your blood. I want my blood chilled. It is still 90 degrees. Lou looks at you as if waiting for something. How many bullets in your rifle? 3. Hope it's enough. Holt and Elise are halfway to the gas station. 2 winged creatures on the street lamps. The light, Victoria. These creatures seek the light. Aim on the left. Shoot! Oh shit. Too far away. You have 2 bullets left. You try to reach the building, but the winged creatures rush at you. The pain blurs your vision, and you lose consciousness. Ah, we got one. You have 2 bullets left. The winged creature flies to the furthest pole, and it does so over Holt and Elise's heads. Desperate, you run to help. What? Thank you for that host sub. Good evening to you. Closest on the right. Alright, got that one. Got... Ah! I don't know what to do with this minigame. Furthest lamp on the right. We got that one. Take aim. Center lamp. I've died multiple times. Closest on the right. Center. I think I've already done this though. You should change your ex-wife's ringtone to it. 2 bullets left. No matter what I do, I die. So that was different. And then that one's gonna take off. Yep. Oh. Left. Oh no. We have one bullet left, so we'll do the center. Alright, well with that death, I guess that's where I'm going to end today's stream of Mothman 1966. It's an interesting visual novel with some mini games in it. You play solitaire and try to shoot these winged creatures. I'll be back tomorrow, 4 p.m. with some Red Dead Redemption 2 that I've never played before, so it's going to be an interesting tale. Let's try to stay cool out there. It's at least under 90 now. It's 89 degrees out here in LA. Have a great rest of your...
What an idiot!
I'm a requested tomorrow. Have a great rest of your Catterday. Stay safe and happy gaming.